Hello, my name is Jerald Kresl, and today I'm going to be talking to you about nuclear power. Nuclear power is a very important part of providing power for society. Did you know that, according to the 2015 World Nuclear Commission, that the United States is the world's largest producer of nuclear power, accounting for more than 30% of the nuclear generation of electricity in the world? I am currently attending the State Technical College of Missouri, attending the nuclear technology courses majoring in reactor operations. I've been studying and taking classes that teach me how the reactor works and how they are producing power. There are actually two different kinds of nuclear reactors. There is the PWR type and the BWR type. These reactors do kind of have their problems though. These two reactors produce power very differently. PWR stands for a pressurized water reactor. A PWR is a two-loop system. This means that the secondary system is not contaminated by fission from the primary system. The nuclear reactor itself is in the primary system, which heats the water coming from the secondary system. Secondary system water then flows through the reactor and is heated. Then from the reactor, it then goes to the steam generator where it is turned into steam. Then from the generator, the steam goes to the turbine, turning the turbine, producing power. The steam is then condensed back into water where it either exits the system, going back to the secondary water source, which is either a lake or, in the case of Callaway, the Missouri River, or it goes back to the system and repeats the process. Then there is the BWR type. BWR stands for boiling water reactor. It is a single loop system, which means that the water does become contaminated from fission from the reactor. Water is heated directly in the reactor vessel and then boils off into steam immediately because there is no steam generators in a BWR. The steam directly drives the turbine, producing power, and is then condensed back into liquid water. The water returns back to the reactor vessel to complete the loop, and the process is then repeated. Nuclear power, though, does sometimes have its problems. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission, in an article written by Christina Nunes from National Geographic, says that 5 nuclear power plants had to have an emergency shutdown in 2011. Other plants, like the Chernobyl plant in Ukraine, had a serious accident and the reactor actually exploded. This contamination of radiation spread all across Ukraine, parts of Europe, and even parts of Russia, which at the time was the USSR. Some plants even have to be shut down, but not always because of nuclear accidents. On December 29, 2014, the Yankee, Vermont plant in Vernon, Vermont shut down after 42 years of operation. It was the 4th plant in 2 years to shut down. Martin Cohn, spokesperson for Yankee, Vermont, said in a quote from the Boston Globe that when we looked at the cost of these improvements and with what the cost of energy is, the decision was made that it would be better to actually shut down the plant. Nuclear power is a very important part of providing power for society. It is also a major source of providing jobs. There are 2 kinds of reactors. There are PWRs and BWRs. Even though nuclear power does have some problems, we have been able to fix those problems and been able to make nuclear power safer. Thanks for listening, and hopefully I have answered some of your questions about nuclear